to do our natural resources and sit with the Department of Land and Natural Resources. They were chosen for generational knowledge through their practices in descendant lines. The county, however, does not have an advisory committee to help manage our resources rightfully. What is your take, and how would you implement an Ahamoku Council in the county status?
Let's begin to start. 1 minute. 1 minute.
You know, when I think about that, I really don't know how we could do it and where would we start, because we have the burial council and there's a lot of I want to say redundancy, and how would we try to make it to where, of course there's a state and the county, but I would really have to look into it. I wouldn't be able to give you an answer right now. Sorry.
Could you please restate the question? Please.
Repeat the question. Oh.
What would be your position as councilman, I'll make it easier, to have a committee in the county for Native Hawaiians to be the advisors of our natural resources?
The Kingdom of Hawaii is still an intact nation that has been disregarded by a criminal conspiracy. And the only straight answer I can give you is that we need a paradigm shift. Because regardless of what we agree or don't agree on what to do on the immediate, if the oceans are dying, and in 50 years, there isn't going to be anything to talk about. It's not just a committee or thinking we're going to solve something on some temporary remedy. It's a Band-Aid. There needs to be a paradigm shift. And hemp is at the heart of it. Low nitrogen fixing, industrial grade hemp makes GMOs or geothermal or all these technologies that are killing the ecosystem obsolete. Thank you. All right.
So during the 2006-2008 term, while working as a legislative aide, I had the pleasure of putting together the legislation that initiated the Cultural Resources Commission at the county level. If anybody would like to become a member of that commission, they may have vacancies. Maybe Gregor can tell you about them if they're in District 4. I'm not sure about District 5, but we do have a Cultural Resources Commission, and if I have the pleasure of serving at the county level, I will build on that ordinance. And also we worked on legislation that allows for Native Hawaiian building materials to be used in buildings. So I would like to continue to pursue those endeavors because it's very important.
Okay. I agree with Tiffany because she said she's been there and done that. I don't really have an answer for it. So I would like to build on it with the resources that are at hand and check into it more. Thank you.
Like Tiffany said, there is a committee that is already in place, but unfortunately, we don't have any Hawaiians sitting on that committee. So what we want is we want Hawaiians to step forward. This is your bill. This is your time to say, this is what we want. This is how we want it done. And this opportunity is yours. So, you know, Auntie Faye, she's taken a prestige of herself on that floor when she speaks Hawaiian. And I give her applaud for that because she's taking a stand that no one else wants to take. There's plenty of people out there who can speak Hawaiian, but how often do we use it? You know, that's part of the aloha. You want to see something move, then you have to move with it. You cannot just sit here, wala'au, talk, and think it's going to get done. It's not. You have to put it into motion. You have to want to be part of that motion and get the motion going in order for you to get to where you want to be. So start small, like everything else, and then let's grow from it. The more Hawaiians we know, the more people we speak to. Those of you who want to call this your home and want to get involved, please do so.
I was never a good guy.
If I'm elected, I certainly will scope out and take advantage of people like you to put together what is needed. To think that I, as a council person, have all the answers would be foolish. It's part of a council person's duty to recognize the areas of expertise that are in her community and tap them. I am of the persuasion that when a county builds an indigenous building and then tells them they can't live in it, it's kind of stupid. So if I'm elected, I hope to be able to put, excuse the pun, teeth into that indigenous culture, resource, whatever it is, building, so that people can have the villages and teach us all about what it's like to live in a grass hut or to go, swimming in a fishing hole that's made by people, and you get close to the Aina. So, yeah. So I know you got people in mind, so we could talk.
Aloha. This is really special because I really want to be able to preserve our lands for agriculture, for our forests, for our hunting trails. My great-granduncles were hanai'd by Hawaiian families in Honolulu because of tragedies that hit our family. The point is if I get elected, I'm reaching out to you and making them lead while we pull in all the other organizations that are doing a tremendous job in preserving and protecting conservation, our forest, everything, and bring them all together. Let's work out the dynamics and take sound ground and then move forward. Because if we don't start now, we're going to start losing our lands. Mahalo.
My question was in regard to July 9, 2012, the act between the LNR that created the advisory committee. What would I do to implement an advisory committee? I would do like how our Hawaiian family do. Or I would suggest, being just a member of the council, I would suggest they do it the Hawaiian way. You go to the kupuna, you let the vauke say what they want to say. Tohia, everybody kuka, and you come up with your representatives. Aye? Mai kai.
Aye, mahalo. Good point.
No? So how are we doing?
No, you're fine.
You guys?
Just kidding. But you're right. First of all, we have to involve the kupunas. Who else knows better than our kupunas? Like Auntie Faye there. Who else knows better but our kupunas? Those are the ones that we need to get in touch with. They're the ones that we need advice from to tell us what we should do, how we want it done, and where we want it done. So, gratefully, we do still have kupunas, and we need to get them in with us.
One of the first things I did before I decided to run was to call up Harry Kim. and Brenda Ford. I thought if I could pass muster with those two, that'd be pretty good. And Harry Kim now comes to my office once a week, once every 2 weeks, and we talk story. And one of the things he said around the Hawaiian issue, because I was talking about sovereignty after I attended Uncle Robert's Sustainability Festival for the 3 days last weekend, I said, well, how do you do this? And he said, well, this is what I did. I invited every Hawaiian elder to come into my office and let me know what they wanted. I didn't promise them anything because there's certain constitutional laws and state constitutional laws, but that's what I would do. I'd invite people who wanted to come in because I do not know that many Hawaiian people, I'll admit it. I've tried to, and hopefully I will more. I think what Uncle Robert is doing out there is fantastic. The aloha he shared, all the people who participated. It was just a fantastic event, spaceships and all. It was just fantastic. I learned so much. And it was so cool to see how many of my Puna friends, who are also in here right now, have done so much for the Aina. And you'd be surprised, I think a lot of us may be, I hate to say it, but we might be incarnated Hawaiians. Actually, I'd love to say that.